Depending on your age, you may have had or still have a silver filling in your mouth. If you're thinking about switching them out, stick around. You're watching the Health Focus Network. I'm Dave Erickson. Today's topic, the truth about fillings. My guest today is Dr. Charles Regalado. Dr. Regalado has been practicing dentistry in the state of Washington for more than 20 years, so he has seen it all when it comes to fillings. Dr. Regalado, who are the two main players in the world of fillings these days?
Really, it still comes down to two: that amalgam, which is a silver fillings, and then composite. So the amalgam would be a mixture of several metals along with mercury, and about a 50% mix of mercury in that. And then a composite would be your resin materials.
20, 30 years ago, silver was the filling of choice among dentists, but not anymore?
You know, people want their fillings to last. And 20 years ago, even though some very good clinicians and people who were figuring out how to do better with composite resins, they were making them work pretty well, as we're finding out now. But by and large, the vast majority of dentists didn't know how to use composite well. So for a filling to last, the silver was really the best choice.
Now, aesthetically, people choose a composite because it blends in with the tooth. And they'll replace them and go with the tooth-colored composite.
Yeah, and that goes back to, again, years ago, the composites would wear quicker. You'd have to replace them. And we didn't really know how to really bond them into a tooth very well. Unfortunately, composites shrink. And so because they shrink, it leaves gaps. So you have to really have a great bond to that tooth structure or it's going to fail. Silver, on the other hand, expands. So it actually can close. It can close. Over time, you'll see it break down on the edges and a lot of bacteria get underneath the silver filling as well.
Is there a certain candidate that is more likely to need or use composite versus silver?
I would say that I can do most teeth in composite very, very well because the composites of today are very, very strong. They don't wear like they used to, meaning they will keep their form and keep their shape throughout the years. We know now how to bond very, very well to the tooth structure. So we are seeing composites now that can last into the 15, 20 or more years, getting close to what we were with silver, although silver can still last. You know, people will have 30 or 40-year-old fillings in silver, and we don't have that yet with composite. Probably will in the future.
So the main reason why someone would switch out is for health reasons, or they say they're concerned about the mercury?
They will say that, and what I see as a dentist is the fact that silver will, as it expands, it cracks. If you think about it, it's a metal inside a crystal structure, which is our teeth, the enamel. So what's going to give is the enamel. So you see cracks coming through all these teeth. So if someone came to me with a large silver filling you want to replace and they have a lot of cracks in their teeth, the worst thing I would do is put a silver filling back in there. You're going to probably just cause the tooth in someday down the road to break.
So at some point, these teeth aren't salvageable. You may have to replace them altogether.
That's right. So and which raises a great point, Dave. A lot of people think, it's no big deal. It's just a filling. I don't see it that way. It is a big deal when all of a sudden you have to tell people it's failed, or worse yet, it's to the point of you have to have it extracted. Now you're into thousands of dollars to replace a single tooth. So is a filling a big deal? Yeah, it is a very big deal. And if you're going to get a composite filling done, however, I would tell everybody, make sure your dentist is meticulous in the technique, because there's no such thing as an average composite, in my opinion. It has to be perfect or it's going to fail. And so make sure your dentist has great technique, good isolation technique. If you don't have that, you're going to be sorely disappointed when they tell you it has to get replaced in a couple of years.
Dr. Regalado, thanks very much.
You're welcome.